edition of the Sharpshooters Video Wrestling Podcast. I'm Eirc.
And I'm Marcus, the grand finale.
Marcus, how are you doing in this episode?
I'm doing fine.
You doing great, Marcus? I don't have an empty water bottle. Anyway, that's beside the point. We come to you again with another episode of Marcus and I bring our charm and wit to the things, everything professional wrestling. So the question now that we're going to answer.
What are we going to do next?
We're going to answer this question, Marcus. And don't worry, we have no heads on sticks this time.
Damn.
But we will ask the question, is the internet killing professional wrestling? Marcus, I will throw this to you
This
first.
is one of our discussion episodes.
This is one of the serious
This is
episodes,
where
Marcus.
we get serious.
This is where we
Look at this.
start getting real.
Yes. Oh, you asked the question already?
I asked the question already.
Oh.
Is internet killing professional wrestling?
Yeah. I mean, the best way to answer it is yes. You watch wrestling, and it's always spoiled by other wrestlers tweeting something. Oh, I have a surprise or something like this. There's always spoilers going around. People are always with their stupid cameras on TMZ talking about, oh, guess who showed up backstage? Oh, they're probably going to appear on TV. Oh, they're doing this and doing that. The internet makes me sick. It's ruined wrestling for forever. Wrestling used to be about, oh, let's try to make it look legit. You can't even hide legitimacy anymore. You have Triple H walking out with Floyd Mayweather without his sling, and people reporting on this and that. I mean, you understand why this guy is going to leave, or who's going to win an I Quit match or a loser leaves Raw match because their contract's expiring. The internet has ruined wrestling forever. Ever.
Well, Marcus, and totally respectfully, honestly, and truthfully, Marcus, I have truthfully.
Personally and professionally.
Personally and professionally, Marcus, I'm going to wholeheartedly disagree with you.
Really? How?
The internet has not ruined professional wrestling. What has ruined professional wrestling is professional wrestling not being able to adapt to the internet. Marcus, dirt sheets have been around professional wrestling since the beginning of time, Marcus.
Really?
The only thing is that
so when Fletty Blassie and Bruno Sammartino was fighting for 8 hours in a night?
Yes. Yeah, Marcus, that's how it was word of mouth. You would pass tapes to your friends. You would read the snail mail, the newsletters, what's going on in NWA.
Yeah.
This has always been going on. The problem is that professional wrestling companies did not know how to adapt to the internet and how to make things work smoothly. First and foremost, if it wasn't for the internet, shows like ours would not exist. You would not have people.
Wait a minute. I'm not anti-internet.
No, I'm just saying. You're saying that wrestling has been ruined by the internet. No, wrestling has ruined itself because it refused to adapt. It's TNA's fault.
Hulk Hogan. While you sneezing, I'm gonna butt in. Hulk Hogan is trying to make people go into full character at all times in his stupid grand plan to stupefy wrestling even further.
No, it's just that
and then WWE has embraced the internet. They got the YouTube show. They got Twitter.
And that's what I'm trying to say.
All of this other
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to make my point.
It's not stopping the damn dirt sheets
It's
from
not
going out there and saying, oh, Bret Hart's gonna be back in WWE. You know why? Because he wants to be, and they signed a contract.
I just like how you don't let me finish my point.
Because I'm trying to win the argument. I'm trying to win the belt.
And let me finish my point. Is that simply that shit was going around before. If the PW Torch would report all the time, that's such and
But
such
that's so much harder to get the torch.
Yeah, no.
The torch was in the mail. Now all you gotta do is click one damn link. Go ahead.
It's not is it the internet's fault that the information is accessible? No, it is not the fault. It's the fault of the companies. You need to adapt and learn how to keep the information more tight in on there so people don't find out. I mean, the thing is, and just because people know, Marcus, not every wrestling fan reads the dirt sheets, Marcus. Only the smart wrestling fans do, Marcus.
Hey, sharp wrestling fans.
And it doesn't matter what you want to call them. The point is that TNA, their shows get ruined because people can read spoilers. Maybe if you don't tape so many damn shows at once, people wouldn't read the spoilers.
So wait, are you saying it's not the fault of the wrestling company? Why don't you put it on the fans? Maybe they don't have to click these links.
It's not the fans' fault. It's the company's fault. You got to.
Well, you can't.
You have to adapt with the times, Marcus. You have to adapt with the times. Marcus, Hollywood is adapting to movies.
You not in airplane mode?
No, I'm not in airplane mode. Anyway, but the thing is,
we're in a heated discussion here.
I will decline this call.
Yeah. You have to adapt to the times. Hollywood has adapted. Music has adapted. People have adapted. It is not.
Hollywood hasn't really adapted. They still accept the sources, spoiled cameos and stuff, and all that gets thrown out of
Yeah, but as a fan, it's your choice to if you want to read that. Do you go out and read the stuff? Do you make that choice?
You're curious.
But you don't be curious.
Always gets the best of you, and curiosity always kills the cat.
No, I just think that if you did better prices, if you tell only certain people, does WWE go around and tell everybody that such and such has been signed? No. People start making assumptions. Well, this person's not doing this no more. That person's not doing that. I personally think WWE is doing the best job they can do with the internet to make their product a lot better.
Yeah, but it's still wrong.
No, it's not.
Like, how, okay, here's the best example of the
I think the greatest thing. Hold on. Wait a minute. I think the greatest thing in life is that you can communicate with professional wrestlers on Twitter. Before you couldn't communicate, you had no contact with anybody.
Yeah,
now you feel like you have a one-on-one relationship with these wrestlers.
All they do on the internet now are tell people to go kill themselves and that's another story. You'll read that later.
You read that a month ago.
You read this a month ago, really.
Okay.
That's why I took it out. They go on the internet, and let me tell you the best example. So, after WrestleMania, John Cena fought The Rock. He's also The Rock. John Cena goes out the ring. What's he going to do next? He says he's going to call out The Rock. Oh, I'm going to apologize, Rock, about all this and all this. I'm going to shake your hand. We're going to shake your hand. And then Brock, but before he even finished his damn speech, people already chanted, we want Lesnar. We want Lesnar.
But that stuff happened already, Mark. That's happened before the internet came around. I mean, the thing about it, you're making this argument that the internet has ruined professional wrestling.
Yeah.
It hasn't, because this stuff has happened before, Marcus. The thing is, they could have chanted, we want boobies, and people would have started chanting it. Marcus, but can I ask you this question? With the crowd chanting, we want Lesnar, did that ruin Lesnar's debut? It did for me. It was still an awesome debut.
It ruined it because it would have been nice if I didn't know that Brock Lesnar was going to come out there.
He still got the same response that he would have got if he didn't show up.
I think he would have got a bigger response. He'd be like, oh, and ooh, and ah. It's like a magician going out there and tell you, you know what, I have a hat here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pull a rabbit out. And then he just pulls a rabbit out. What the fuck is the point?
Your analogy of the magician is a good analogy, but at the same time,
I think the first analogy you've ever said was a good one.
It's the fans' responsibility to decide if you're going to cheer, if you're going to boo, if you're going to look up the information on the internet. Just because the information is there doesn't mean you got to look at it. Just because porn is on the internet don't mean you got to watch it. What?
Then what is the internet for?
I don't know.
It's not for porn.
I'm just saying, as a wrestling fan, I make a conscious effort. Like when I do the news for our audio show, the Sharpshooters.com, I make an effort not to read the news until after I watch every episode of wrestling so I don't be spoiled. It's the simplest rule. It's your choice of what you do as a consumer of a product, what you read and what you don't read. And for me personally, just because the internet is there and the wrestling companies don't make a product, it doesn't matter.
Well,
it's your choice.
don't send text? Like, oh, guess who's debuting? Like, we were watching Extreme Rules, and before Layla made her epic and courageous return, you get a tell somebody special's return. They embrace spoiling.
What's wrong with that? They said that because the Bellas can't compete or whoever, they're gonna have a special surprise, and I'm like it intrigues you more. Or the whole thing about CM Punk coming out of a bar, tuning in Raw to find out what this is about. That's something that WWE is embracing, the internet and the mass fans who want to be involved and invested 100%.
They're using the internet to progress storylines.
Exactly.
There is one thing to progress storylines, but it's another thing to spoil storylines.
Like what?
Like, it's like going to see a movie and then you go see the trailer and the movie, let's say, for example, the trailer for example, and they tell you everything.
A trailer does the same exact thing. It gives you a synopsis of what's going on.
It tells you what's going on.
And that's what WWE is doing with the internet right now.
Yeah.
They're using it to tease their product.
Yeah, but
so how is that internet hurting WWE when they're actually using it to enhance their
you
product?
about to make me punch you.
Go ahead. I'll knock this belt off the table.
I hit you with the belt.
Anyway, but the point is,
look, I'm not saying WWE. I'm saying like these dirt sheet sites.
Okay, what? You know, I think not everybody's a member of the Dirt Sheets. Not everybody goes, Marcus.
But everybody is a member of Twitter.
Yes, everybody's aware. You follow one person on Twitter and they're like, oh, guess what? What? Paul Heyman's back. Oh, really? I didn't see that.
But guess what? Guess what else happens though? That the same thing
Like
happens
our
on
own Twitter feed is at fault of spoiling wrestling every week.
Then guess
People
what?
on
But
Twitter.
if you know your Twitter feed does that, then don't look at your Twitter feed before you watch wrestling. You make a choice.
But what am I
point.
doing
You
on
make a
Twitter?
choice. I mean, I don't look at Twitter.
I can't
My
check
whole
my
thing
Facebook.
my whole thing is don't. Damn it! When people watch DVR live events, they don't do it. When you have movie premiere, people don't do it. People spoil shit, so you know not to follow stuff. There's numerous people when the Avengers came out, they spoiled the Avengers. They told you everything that happened, and you going to the movie, you might not watch it. So know what you do? You stay away from watching that type of stuff. You don't let the internet control your life. You control the internet.
Whoa.
That's what I gotta say.
Trying to put censorship on the internet?
Marcus, you getting owned.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
that, I mean,
but what you were saying is I totally disagree with.
I understand that.
You need to understand. I 100% disagree with you.
No, let me point out the internet
Because it's bad.
No, it is a true.
It ruins everything.
It is a
what? Goddamn rotten kid.
If you can learn how to embrace the internet and market the internet, it's the greatest thing for your business. If it wasn't for the internet and it wasn't for Twitter, no one would know what the Sharpshooters is. Half the time, people wouldn't care what's going on.
But I'm not anti-internet.
If people,
I'm anti you going on the internet and these dirt sheet sites going around talking about this. And I know that everybody, like you said,
let me ask you this question.
But there are people like myself who are accustomed of doing this.
And so whose fault is that? Is that your fault? It's not the internet's
They're
fault.
making it available. They gotta keep things
Okay, so just because there's a bag full of crack on the table, it's available. Does that mean I'm gonna do it?
No, I'll flip that
You
shit.
better do it.
Exactly. I'm just saying.
You better flip that.
Just because something is available doesn't mean that you have to use it. If you know it's going to ruin your experience with watching something, why would you do it? Why would you do it? Why would you do
I'm
it?
losing the argument. Cut it
Why
off.
would you do it? I'm saying yes. The internet,
all gonna be edited out.
the internet hurts TNA because TNA don't know how to use it. You can't tell people to tweet about an episode of Impact that's been taped 3 weeks ago and try to. It doesn't work. You have to have live television, and that's why it works for Monday Night Raw. You know, people have their phone so you can see if you see somebody text and you like, oh, maybe John Laurinaitis is tweeting something out. Or somebody, remember when Chris Jericho had Punk and he tweeted the picture of him? And, it was The Miz. And he is awesome. And he put the picture of Punk. I feel those are the things that enhance the internet. And I don't think internet is killing wrestling. Wrestling is killing itself.
This ain't Bill Maher. He don't get apologies. Wait, wrestling's killing
You
us
got-
all.
You gotta learn how to adapt to the new times. Before the internet, there was.
Wait a minute. This is an Eirc rant. I thought we were discussing it.
You lost.
I lost. I get it, okay? I checked my notes. I should have came more prepared with an argument. I thought he was gonna be on my side. He thought he was toxic.
So anyway,
you lost.
I guess it's up for you guys to answer the question. Has the internet
Is it
ruined professional
Is
wrestling?
it the internet fault or is it your fault? That's what it basically comes. Eirc is putting all the blame that I'm spoiled on certain things on me when I can't. What if I don't look? It's the thing. I don't look.
Okay.
What if I don't look? But such and such looks in row B, section C, and he's telling everybody, and he's got a side. Christian's coming back.
Well, Marcus,
and it's not my fault. I see that in the crowd. I did not pay attention to it.
Marcus,
Sorry.
maybe you should surround yourself with better people then.
I'm talking about on TV with people. The people who watch the shows, a lot of those people watch the Dirt Sheet, and he say, John Cena, he ain't really hurt, or he'll be back at the Royal Rumble. That was one of the good spoilers the internet didn't do. They can keep stuff under wrap like that.
No, like I said, it's up to the company if they want to keep stuff under wraps.
That's right.
And it's your choice if you consume it or not. I don't look at wrestling news sites. I don't go to wrestling sites. I don't go to WWE TV. Know why?
So you're some elitist, huh?
Because I watch wrestling on DVR. So I watch it late before everybody else. So I don't know what's going on. But at the same time, when I watch wrestling, it is not spoiled for me by the internet.
Yeah, but you don't live with this guy.
That's your fault. You know who you live with. So we hope you guys guys enjoyed this episode. As you can see, there is no winner or a loser in this conversation.
I lost!
It is just conversation. And honestly, if you guys want to chime in, feel free. Post at the bottom of the YouTube video. Send us an email to sharpshooters@gmail.com. That's DA Sharpshooters. Or you can follow us on Twitter where Ryan would also keep the conversation going. And, you know, we hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'm Eric.
And I'm Marcus, the grand finale. If you want more spoilers in wrestling, tune into the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast and to the Ryan After Raw show, or whatever it's called. RAR, which has debuted one of these days.
Oh, but Marcus, let me just jump back into something to you too, Marcus.
It's a spoiler-filled show.
If you live on the West Coast, Marcus, technically wrestling is always spoiled for you because unless you have DirecTV, wrestling don't come on at 9 o'clock.
Yes.
So everybody else already knows what happens on the East Coast. So that's not even the internet's fault. That's just how stuff works.
Yeah.
So if you have a friend and they text you, oh man, Raw was awesome. You can't believe what just happened.
See,
They
look,
look at
just
each
shot
other.
a dog.
Yeah, so I mean, so Marcus, yeah, the internet has not ruined wrestling. The habits of fans have.
Oh
On that, to next week, stay sharp. Man, Marcus, Eric just whooped your ass with words.
Man.
I ain't never seen an ass whooping like that with words in a long time.
You didn't hit stop on record.
Oh,